Do. Hello everyone. Is it possible to develop software without knowing software development? Let's say yes or no. And no. But today we'll talk about yes. And we will talk today about declarative software development. We know that you are very busy. We will use your time very short. Quickly, let's go. What does it mean, declarative software development? In simple words, it's something like you are taking some logical blocks and combine them in your, for example, with some logic which you need. Instead of classic, and if we're talking about, for example, classic software development, how does it work? You're taking some software development environment, you're writing your code using your programming language. For example, it can be Object Pascal or C#. You're designing your UI, forms, and so on. Then you're compiling this application and deploying this application to desktop, to server, to the cloud. And let's say all these tasks are for software developer. You have to know how to develop software. But if we're talking about declarative, yes, we have to select the platform where we will take this existed logical blocks. Yes, it's select platform. Design your actions or logic of your application. You're using built-in functionality and save your application in this platform. And today we will talk about exactly Microsoft Azure Cloud. And Microsoft Azure Cloud has such a product called Logic Apps. How does it work? You have to log into Azure console using web browser. I think anyone can do that without knowing software development. You have to find Logic Apps product. Azure Cloud is just a big platform with many products, like products for these operations, for hosting, for storing, for sending, for processing. We'll rent a machine, and Logic App is one of the products. Then, inside this Logic App product, you have to create new Logic App, and after that you can go to Logic App Designer. It's the same tool inside web browser where you design your application using logical blocks. Inside the designer, you can design your application logic. It can be very complicated. For example, we have entry point. It can be like some timer event, or it can be some webhook when some URL just call your logic app and start its execution. And you can have different checking conditions. Depends of the condition, you can perform different actions. Save data, receive data, again check data one more time, send somewhere, call any APIs, send the messages. I don't know. After you designed your application, you can test it. You can run it manually and check the messages of the execution. Check, do you have any errors? And after that, after your application works perfectly, you just save it. Voila! Why do we need it at all? Imagine that, for example, you have some task and you can automate these tasks without asking your software developer. That's really amazing. You have some idea, you can test it. You won't spend a lot of time on software development with all its process. Why do we need it? You can automate different processes or routines inside your office for your business. Different businesses have different processes and purposes. You can automate different daily, weekly, hourly operations. As an example, for example, you can send checklists to your managers. On weekly basis, you can prepare Google form, and you will send this form via email to your managers. And then you even can check who filled the form and who did not fill the form. Different reports notifications. You can check, for example, inside your database, do you have important data or you miss this important data? You can send messages and notifications. You can send emails, SMS, or else. You even can push notification, but it's much more complicated. You can perform different data maintenance, like aggregate your data, clean up your databases. Of course, you can implement different integrations, like integrations with Salesforce, Shopify. If some system, for example, has an API, you can integrate it without software development, because Logic Apps can send data via HTTP queries, receive data, parse this data, perform any analysis, perform different actions based on this analysis, and so on. This is a really, really huge product. I suggest you to try it. Of course, it's better to one time to see in your monitor instead of watching and reading the text. Just try. I recommend this too. This is all I wanted to say today. See you in our next IT series. Don't forget about your mask. Wash your hands. Bye bye.